Good morning. This is Keeping Score Games, and I'm Cody, as usual. So, today we're covering Tobago. This is another classic that was sent to us by Rio Grande Games, and it is really good. So, it's a treasure hunting game. Now, there's some cool stuff here. First off, you get these little statue minis that turn one pip or one side on the hexagons whenever you find a treasure. They will summon these amulets, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Everybody's going to have their little, oh, there it goes. Everybody's going to have their little SUV car that they explore with. There's the trees, which are these wooden green trees here. There's these neat little wooden huts here. I know it's hard to see in the camera, and those are all placed on the board as landmarks. Now, each landmark has to be 4 hexes away from each other, and each map is double-sided and can be placed in any orientation so long as these are the outsides and they fit together. According to the rulebook, there are 32 total map variations that can be done. That's a lot of variety for treasure hunting. It's a great game for that. Sorry about that being in the way. So you've got compass cards right here, and I'll show you what they do. And then we've got treasure cards right here. And the treasure cards will either have golden coins on the bottom, like those 4, or there'll be a curse card, which, let me find one of the curse cards that's shuffled in. I didn't even think about it, but I should have found a curse card before we started. Oh well. So the curse card, of course, has a skull and crossbones. You know, very thematic for your pirate treasure hunt. So how you'll do this is there's going to be 4 different lines of cards for the treasure maps. And each line is going to have different things. So they're going to read in such a way as it's next to the largest scrub or jungle or mountain. It's in the largest scrub, jungle, or mountain. It's next to or not to the place where there's trees. It's next to or not where there's statues. It's next to or not where there's huts. Now, the way you mark that are with the colored cubes. Each cube will be one of the 4 treasure tracks. And when you play cards, the rules are you will play your map card. You will put your little token on it that's your player color. And then when that map card starts whittling down where these treasures are, you're going to place these cubes on the board until there's only 1 cube left. And that cube is the treasure. Then it's a race with your friends to get from wherever you're at on the board to where that cube is to claim it. Whoever claims the treasure gets to put one final little symbol under the cards, and then the treasure is divided by how many clues are there, which clues have which player markers on them, and then they're claimed. So, for instance, we'll have one where you've got, it was a treasure that was in the biggest lake. So the biggest lake here would be 5 hexes, and let's say it was not next to the jungle and not next to mountains. Just it's not in the mountains, not next to the mountains. So then they've got those that are saying it's not in those things. And then you've got some cards that you can play that say, oh, it's not next to. So it would be like one of these cards here that says not next to a tree. Those are all marked by big X's when they're not next to something. The reason that's important is you got to whittle it down. So say the treasure was here. Everybody, when they move, you get 3 movements, but they're movements by areas. So you can move to the edge of the jungle with 1 move, then move into the lake with a 2nd move, and then move to the edge of the lake with the 3rd move. And that is how you'll determine who's getting where. But once you do that, everybody's got that, and you'll draw that many treasure cards, and then whoever's on the bottom, so who found the treasure first, will say, do you want this treasure? And everybody will have a little bit of information on what treasure's available because they'll have looked at the cards, their cards for their symbols, and then they all get mixed up with one extra one from the deck. So it's always, you know, it can go up to 6 coins in a chest, but there's always that risk of one of the 2 curse cards where you would have to discard your highest scoring treasure card that you've already obtained. But the strategy there is, you know, give or take, push your luck and see what you can get. I lost several treasures to curses. I was very disappointed every time. It's a really great game, guys. I mean, there's a reason that Tobago gets talked about. There's a reason it's a classic that they still publish and sell. It's an evergreen. I would play this with not only my fiance and son like I did to get this review done, but I would also take this to my aunts on, you know, we're having a board game night on the 3rd, and this one's coming with me because it's that much fun. But, you know, it's got a nice looking map. It's got a ton of variety. It's got those mechanisms, you know, where, oh, I found the treasure. Now the 3 statues will summon one of these amulets onto a beach near them, and then it'll turn 90 degrees, and now the statue will face a different direction, and when you score another treasure, another amulet will come up. The importance of the amulets is if you can pick them up, they protect you from the curse. So having amulets is a good thing. I mean, there's a little bit more detail to how it plays out with the cards, and I show you that, but I think I've given you a pretty good idea on how that works, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it review-wise. I like the components. I like the art. It's very much in the vein of, hey, I'm on an island looking for treasure that was left by pirates. There's a little bit of magic because the amulets are summoned by the statues, so that's a fun little mechanic. I like how the board is simple to set up. You just set everything on it, 4 spaces away from each other. There you go. And I love the puzzle because you're always pushing your luck. Well, I'm going to lay this clue, and that's going to bring it down to 3 cubes, but I'm too far away, so I don't want to be too specific. So, you know, I'll do that on one turn, and I'll hope my friends don't narrow it down more on their turns, and then I'll start moving over there because I have a card that'll narrow it down to 1 cube, but I don't want to play it till I'm there to grab the treasure because I haven't put more than 1 clue in that line, and I'd like to draw more than 1 treasure card when it comes up. And the way you win is the gold coins on the treasure cards that you've collected, each one is worth a point. Whoever has the most points at the end win. Elizabeth, she enjoyed it. She doesn't, it hasn't stuck in her memory as good as some of the other games, so she's probably going to give it a 7. I like it. I give it an 8.5. And my son played with us a couple of times to get this review done. Let me ask him. He's off camera. Oliver, what score would you give Tobago out of 10?
About 8 out of 10.
Yeah, so he said, like he just said, about an 8 out of 10. So we both really liked it, and we'll play it a lot. Elizabeth will play it if we want her to, but she's not going to pick it off the shelf and go, hey, let's play Tobago. So yeah, 2 8s and a 7. That's a pretty good score. I could see playing this for years. I mean, there's just no reason not to. And I'm sorry if the review seems a little rushed or whatever this morning. I was just trying to get it all out there, and I'm nervous this morning and jittery on coffee. But there you have it. Tobago, a solid 8 from me, a 7 from Elizabeth, and we have a guest judge, or an 8 with my son, Oliver. So enjoy your day, folks. Thanks for checking us out. As always, please like, subscribe, and share the videos so that we can get more of our content out there and we can get more games to keep talking about. Also, check out Red Raccoon Games in Bloomington, Illinois, their website. They do ship. They are the best game store I've ever shopped with. And then please and thank you, check out Board Game Revolution. If you want to talk games, they're one of my favorite Facebook groups to talk board games. They're great. Thank you, everyone. Bye.